Hey everybody, welcome to Crypto Trading and Investing. This is kind of a rebrand. We're starting over fresh and everything about this. This is a group that is both a learning community, an academy, and as well for people that want to learn how to trade, but also a signal group. There is no financial advice here. You do your own research. It's not financial, legal, or investment advice or on any of this. This is shown, and the groups are for educational, informational purposes, and you do your own research only. Okay, there you go. Now, I have, let's see, one, two, three, four, uh, five. I have five different chat groups right now. One on Discord, and the rest of them off of Discord on Telegram, where we are talking about cryptocurrencies, and I'm sharing buy setups and everything all the time. Take a look at this. So yeah, so this is where I had on Discord, as you can see, May 8th. Interesting ADA dump. That one didn't work out like I liked, but it's struggling to break 5.3 cents. I will be waiting and holding for now. So before that, because I could have gone before that, I was talking about Cardano breaking out, and obviously this was about 2 weeks before it actually started to do a real pump, like a really really good pump. But this was there, and I said I'm holding for now because it was supposed to be a swing trade, not like a 4-day trade where I was holding, and I know that it was going to go up. Here we go. Let's go to the next one, 18th. XTZ BNB ADA had their parent companies recently talk to the U.S. Proof of Stake Conference. Go to the U.S. Proof of Stake Conference to speak at the government about the benefits or something along those lines. I think I got the name a little bit off. So this was the 18th of May. They are likely to keep pumping even when BTC is red or sideways. And you can check all of these dates. Look at ADA broke out like I mentioned last week. So I did mention I'm just taking some of these highlights here and what to look out for. Was one to look out for. ETC and XLM were first in that which I listed. Now ADA. So this was, I think, around Charles Hoskinson making that announcement. Here we go. Now this is yesterday. This is yesterday on June 6th of 2020, where I had mentioned well before. I typically don't like using EMAs or something like that, but for people in the group, the paid Discord group, we are a family and a group that is working together to make money in this market. And once again, not financial advice at all. And we're sharing things with each other, and we're doing our own research. And you do your own research as well. But here, as I did not draw this to be specific to where it was going to do, I actually just drew that out and said, yeah, so typically these things do this as far as a bull flag. So I saw this. This was playing out on the hour. I think I zoomed into the 15-minute here. Actually, that I think that is the hour. And then I had the mini one. I used the 1 minute chart to make that mini one, and that broke out right here, which then formed a W to go up. I'm making these, and if you would like to have some signals in addition to learning on your own with the educational material, hey, send us an email, ctai@protonmail.com, ctai@protonmail.com. If you would like to join the family, it's about $2 a day. So, and in some cases, it's less than $2 a day. It's $60 a month. And then if you get 6 months, you get 5% off. If you do a whole year in advance, you get 20% off, and you can pay through several methods. I prefer cryptocurrencies, but if you have to, we can send you a recurring payment via different channels. So with that being said, let's go on to the next stuff that we got here. Okay, let's look at this. These are some profits being taken. And I ask that people use the referral code if you do all want to support the channel and everything. But yeah, here, this was from, when was this from? Hold on. Yesterday, actually. Yeah, that was last night. I think that was my last trade that I did in the evening for Cardano. That was in the morning, that same morning. So this was all on Saturday for me. I know everybody's in different time zones. This was, I want to say Thursday, but it could have been Friday. I think this was Thursday because it went up to 8.9. You can see the price here at 8.994. This is Stellar Lumens. This was a week before or so with that with Stellar Lumens, or a couple days before that. And this is another Cardano trade. So I was really killing it. This is not even including when I mentioned it in the group for people to come in for a swing trade. And I say, hey, look, I'm going to take out a swing trade here. Now, I'm not sharing any financial investment advice. Of course, they're going to do their own research, and you should too. Just imagine you had $550 at 50x going long at 5.2 cents or 5.3 cents. This was after, I think, the announcement or anticipated announcement with Charles Hoskinson, and it had already pumped a little bit that day, but it has not come anywhere near that. Imagine you have that at the target that I have set here for Cardano. This is actually looking at a 10-cent target. So you would be at 5 if you were to take that out at that time. And look, this is where the safe trading was. That would be 5 point. We're going to say 5.4 right there for 5, and we're going to get as close to 10 cents as possible. Approximately there. That's like a 90% move up. You know what that is on 50x leverage? So you would be taking half. That would be 4,500% profit. Now, obviously, you got to shed off some weight before Binance would auto deleverage you. Auto deleverage means they just forces you to close your trade completely or all of it. And they say they do it for safety reasons, so they can stay liquid and whatnot. So with that being said, let's go over this. We are talking about trade setups all the time. Because I zoomed out so much, let's take this off. And this is exactly what I was talking about. So I have this here just in case if Cardano breaks this, if it keeps coming down and it breaks this, I know this is a good short area, and I know some other points of contention. 7.5 would obviously be a psychological area because 5s and 10s, and also around here where this could bark down to that aspect. So we got different things in play. This is potentially another W as it's coming out, as this is still going sideways up here. So from this would actually be a bull flag, and it can match up if this comes down and then take off, blast off once again. Now that could take an entire day. These are 1 hour candles. We can look at the 4 hour chart, but I'm just giving you all an example of what I'm looking for. And like I said, I did not draw this to be the exact point where it was going to break out or how soon it is. I gave an example to the students in that academy. So like I said, if you would like to have some trading calls like this, where we're talking about, I even tell you how to set up your list right here on TradingView with color coordination and everything, where you keep a trade journal, because trading is a business. This is not something casual. It's not a hack thing. It's not a gamble. Trading is a business. You don't want to gamble with your money. You don't want to just look and willy-nilly take out a trade without tracking what you're doing. Are you better at shorting and longer? Me, I am way better at taking shorts than I am with getting longs. I make profit both ways, but it turns out, hey, shorting Bitcoin at 10.3K, 100x, closing it at sub 5K on March 12th. In February, 10.3K short, closing it on March 12th that day, and I made a call before that. I can share that in another video. But with that being said, that's what we got now. Like, subscribe, support the channel. Look at the affiliate links below to Binance Futures. Even if you have a Binance account, we just ask, say, hey, look, you know what? Make a new one. Use the affiliate link. That helps support the channel as we come out with more content. And then eventually we're going to start having giveaways for things that you all do out in the public where you share and things like that. But yeah, definitely, if you like this content, if you want to look up for some things, actually, let's analyze this market a little bit so they can leave you with something. I don't want to just do that. I wish Theta was listed before, but they did list it just in time for you to short. So let's take a look here as I scan this. I scan it. So let's do a look here. So yeah, we have a few scenarios here. We're having lower lows each and every single time. In my aspect, where I'm coming from, I'm like, hey, look, we still have the ability to go sub 2.5K. There's a reason that I said that. Will not repeat that here just because that will make the video longer. But because we have come up from such a huge rise right here, it would be great to consolidate within this area. Let's see. I think, yeah. So what I was thinking the other day, um, I said there's a potential that Bitcoin comes down like this, which if it breaks down under here, well, it probably won't just stop at A6, which would be this point. Usually, if things come down, they come down to the halfway point where the full move is 7.7. This is what you're looking for. You would look to the left or within this area right here. You look to the left, which matches up right here. So you will have three potential points, 8.7 because you want to round it up and you want to be out a little bit early. This one would be 8.25, I would say there, because 2.5 is generally the area. This is 7.7. So we're going to 7.6, 7.7. We're going to say 7.8 just to be safe, a little bit safer, go slightly above. That's what I would do personally. Like I said, not financial advice. If this breaks down, if it does not break down and it comes back up, this would then be forming an ascending triangle. As you can see the dotted lines above, but let's just put a reference point there. And this has a great 66% chance of breaking up, 33% chance of breaking down. And so with me, I am not only going to wait for it to break up, I am also going to wait for this to break 10.5K. And to me, that is a much safer spot to go long than it would be to mess with this tiny amounts of profits. Well, it's not tiny, especially if you're using 50x, 100x, 25x leverage. That's actually pretty good leverage and it's very safe. But what I would load up and where I have my longs loaded up is above 10.5K. And I know that I have some conservative size set up at 9.85K, so 98.50. Also, I would ready to be short, or I'm already ready to be short under 9.3K. Okay, so we got this set up. It looks like everything's freezing. We got this set up that way. So this is what we're looking at. Now, I also shorted here at 10.3K for a specific reason, because this looked like this was forming a head and shoulders with lower volume as the price was going up and the velocity. The speed in which these things were exploding was slowing down. I do almost purely velocity, volume, price, which incorporates time, because if it's at 10,000, well, you need to know, and pattern. Okay, what pattern is good? Is this a W? Well, this is actually a very bad buy setup. If this were on any other chart, you would wait for it to pull back. And then when I say you, I mean, I would wait for it to pull back and then let it go for liftoff. Because while this could break up to the upside and keep going, it's safer for it to not make a new low, just like this was a new low. And this, yeah, this turned out to be a W and it broke up a little bit higher and then it got rejected. This one broke up and it's lower than that. See, it's lower than what's on the left. So that's what we're looking at for Bitcoin. We can look at other charts and things like that. Cardano, like I said, this, I got this set here. This is, let's look at the weekly. That's just going to be a little bit easier. So it's got a W that it broke out of right here, which was a lower facing W, which I don't like. This one is almost even. You could say double bottom. And when I say you can say, I mean, that would be subjective for people. I wouldn't say double bottom, but this looks pretty good to get to 10 cents. Looks pretty good. This is where most of the area of buying and selling is anyway, between about 7.5 and 10 cents. So once this is broken out of here, there's like almost nothing stopping it other than where the previous price points were. We can say 12. So I would say it would go up to 15 cents just because that's a psychological 5 and 10 barrier. So that's what I'm looking at right there. Where you would go long or where I would go long, that's gonna be the best place to go long would have been right here before it started to pump off, right? So getting in at 5.25 cents, 5.5 cents, even at 6 cents, although 6 cents has started to have rejections at, and that doesn't show here. But at the 5 cent mark, that's where it did show. IOST is floundering around, and it's looking like a potential pump right here. We're going to see all of these are all set up in the same way that if they break a line that you don't see me draw right there, but I can see it and visualize it, then it's good to short. So that's what I'm going to share right now. Guys, like, subscribe, comment, share with other people, and join us. We're going to catch you all on the flip side.